Episode 36, FTWG.
Hit
Donald's
that
back
like
from Burning
and
Man.
subscribe.
He offered me a cold beverage.
Yeah, we can have a beer. It's probably, I think it's less than 5 years old. So
Let me taste it. I'm gonna taste the Bud Light.
I don't drink much beer. I'll have a little beer though. Give me a little, just so I know.
What are we celebrating?
I'm celebrating the fact that my Facebook is back on track. I got hacked.
Yeah.
The worst experience ever. So I go to Burning Man. By the way, I took a cool picture of the skate park at Burning Man. Oh, you'll see it. I'll post it up. But they had a really cool park this year at Burning Man, and it was a tough year because there was a lot of weather, wind, and rain a little bit. I got stuck at the gate as I'm handing my ticket, getting scanned after waiting I think I waited like 9 hours to get in, something ridiculous.
And you didn't even really get going at Burning Man until Thursday, right?
Yeah, because the weather.
So windy.
Yeah, I mean, I was having fun, but it wasn't full blast.
Yeah,
going.
it wasn't going yet.
But I get my old RV to the gate. I made it all the way from LA to the gate of Burning Man, and they scanned my ticket, and I tried to start it up, and it won't start. So they wanted to tow me for like $300. I was like, fuck that, I ain't paying $300. So they finally got someone to jump me, and I got going, and it was fine from there. But that was like sort of the beginning of my burn. I think one person got murdered.
Yeah.
First time someone I've ever heard got murdered at Burning Man.
Somebody had a baby.
Someone had a baby.
Yeah.
So, but everyone thinks it's like, they kind of exaggerate everything in the news and the experience. Overall, it's a unbelievable experience for people that know how to cope with extreme conditions. If you're one of those people that don't do well in extreme conditions, meaning like
Heat,
weather,
wind,
heat,
cold.
emotional, just all stuff, then you may not be for you. But if you're a person that's looking for something that could potentially change your life, and I mean that in a big way, it's an amazing experience, and it has definitely changed my life. In I would say in the sense that it makes me believe more in magic, because magical shit happens to me there.
Do you believe in magic?
Yeah.
Two young girls.
Well, here's the best one that, as an example of this kind of magic, is that before I go to Burning Man, I watch a video of this chick because there's always Burning Man videos of their first experiences of vloggers. Yeah, and I happen to just stumble across this girl who goes there, and she gets all emotional because it really affected her life in a way where she felt she was accepting herself. She was like feeling before that she wasn't perfect, and it was bumming her out. But then after Burning Man, she was just like, I love myself more than ever. So I thought that was really cool. I watched it, and then I didn't think anything of it. But out there at the burn, on later in the week, I'm a ranger out there, so I'm rangering, meaning that I'm one of the people that they have that help other burners out there. So
Ranger Don.
Yeah. I'm a 10-year ranger, so I'm an experienced ranger.
Did you get a patch?
I got a special 10-year patch for my 10 years of service, and it's a volunteer thing. I get a break on my ticket, but that's it. I do it just to volunteer. And so this girl comes up to me, kind of cute girl, comes up to me and starts talking to me while I'm rangering, and she goes, "Can I do a video of you? I want to ask you some questions." So I said, "Sure, of course." So she asked me questions. I tell her how my view on Burning Man, all this stuff. It was really cool. She was really appreciative, and I asked her, "So what's your channel on YouTube?" Because she said, "I'm going to post this on YouTube." She goes, "It's called Sky Life." So I was like, "Okay, I'll write that down. I'll check it out." Because she's, eventually I want to see what she, I'll probably be in one of her videos.
Yeah. So
I come back, and then I look it up, and then all of a sudden I'm going like, wait a second. Oh, she's got all these like 300-something thousand followers or something. I'm going, she must be, she's pretty popular.
Yeah.
And then I start looking at this video, and I'm going, wait a sec. This is the video that I watched before I went.
Yeah.
And I may even made a comment on there saying the playa provides. And I was kind of like, whoa, this is the chick that I watched the video. And I go to Burning Man. She just randomly walks up to me in the midst of this 3-mile wide city.
Just to give people perspective who haven't been to the playa before. That's insane.
The odds of that.
The odds are.
It's like walking into a city, a small city. By the way, Burning Man is the third largest city in Nevada for 1 week.
Yep.
We create this city, and it's the third largest city. It even has its own airport, just for that week, and then everything's taken down. But to meet someone, even someone you know out there, it's almost it's like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah. It's happened to me. Yeah, like didn't just run into a friend who you knew was there, and then just like pop up out of nowhere.
But this chick walks up to me and goes, "I want to put you on video," and it's the girl that I just watched her video
right
on
before
YouTube.
You left. Yeah,
I mean, talk about
crazy.
When she,
Skydance,
I'm sure Skylife. Yeah, I think she'll trip out too when she sees my comment before a Burning Man. And then I left another comment when I got back going. Like,
it was real magic and synchronicity.
Yeah, and then the 33. I see. Some of you may know we talk about my number 33. I walk into the structure where the man is, and there's this wheel with numbers, and it's stuck on 33. So I'm going like, that's
it's like a Wheel of Fortune wheel.
Yeah, but it was broken for some reason. You couldn't turn it, and it was stuck on 33. I was going, that's a good sign. Then I go to the temple, which is another big structure out there. Right after, it was the next thing I saw at Burning Man. I walk in the temple and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if I'm going to see a 33. And I literally go like this, and there's a 33 someone wrote.
It's written right on the temple.
In the temple.
Yeah.
I was going, and then I saw another 33 with an art piece that was just lit up with the number 33. I don't even know what that was supposed to signify, but it's that playa magic.
I think you should
when you go, if any of you guys go out there, you'll understand and probably have your own story.
I think skaters too would love Burning Man. I think if you're a skater,
if they got a badass,
especially if you're like a tinker skater, is like there's a lot to tinker with out there.
Yeah, they have a park there, and they even have skateboards you can ride, so you don't have to even bring a board.
I'll put the picture up on this episode because that was a pretty sweet looking mini ramp.
Yeah, it was I didn't see it on. Sometimes they have that park and the coping gets lit on fire. They have like propane inside the coping, so I didn't see it on fire this time.
I'm glad you didn't skate.
I wanted to skate it, and I kept procrastinating, and then I was just like, oh fuck, I missed it. But anyway, next year.
Well, welcome home.
Yep, welcome home.
So I held the fort down.
Yes, Ryan held the fort down. What happened when I was gone? There was something.
Lots of orders.
We got good orders.
Nothing really happened. Just
okay,
taking care of the GK cats.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cat, we have a cat festation here, where there's these stray cats, and they just had more babies. There's been 4 litters of cats so far.
Yeah, just had
it's
babies.
Just like I call it Kitty City.
It's Kitty City.
It's not Dogtown. It's Kitty City.
That's a great name for a strip club.
Kitty City.
Kitty City. Yeah, like Circuit City.
Yeah.
But Kitty City. I'm gonna think of that.
So this is the other thing that happened to me, and this is kind of tie this into this episode, because it's been bugging me. So when I went to Burning Man, somebody hacked into my Facebook account, which is tied into my Meta, which is Instagram. All my accounts, including the GrindKing one on Instagram, it's all tied in through my Facebook account.
Yeah.
So I find out that while I'm out there, somebody. I start getting these texts as I was driving out there from people going like, yeah, I want the Honda. I want this. I want that. I'm going like, what the fuck? What are you talking? I'm not selling any of that. So turns out somebody got into my Facebook account, did a post of all these like 30, 40 items of really cool stuff, different vehicles, even a tractor, all kinds of, cool shit for really cheap. And it was apparently the scam was my uncle died. And I'm out of town. Somehow they must have known I was out of town, maybe because I posted I was going to Burning Man. And they said that if you leave a deposit, when I get back, I'll, make sure it's saved and you'll get the vehicle for dirt cheap. Well, that was the scam. You send the deposit to this guy, and it's like, that's it. You lose your money.
Yeah.
So
crypto scams are like that. They either send you a Stripe or give me your Bitcoin address, then send it that way.
Well, the fucked up thing was that the guy who had hacked into my account, pretending to be me, said to all my friends, and I've got like 4,000 something friends from doing all the parties and stuff. So
You're popular.
all these people shared my post.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I don't know how many people actually maybe fell for the scam, but be careful out there because
yeah, hopefully nobody gave like $6,000 for the Honda.
well, the whole thing that made it real, I think the scam was they were not going to sell the vehicle. They just wanted maybe $100 deposit. I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
but it was
probably.
going to be a small amount. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, sure, here's $100 for it. I'm going to save the $6,000 Honda for me. So that, you got to watch out for that one's going around, that scam. But here's the part that inspired me to really talk about it is that, so I get back thinking, okay, once I get back from Burning Man, I'll fix it. And, it'll be no big deal. So I started trying to fix it. But they had changed my email and password so that I could no longer log in. And when I tried to log in as Donald Cassell, I got to this other Donald Cassell. So now it's this different Donald Cassell than the one I'm supposed to be. And the Donald Cassell that I am is, it doesn't recognize me. It doesn't recognize my email. It doesn't recognize my phone number, my password. So I'm like doing all this Facebook protocol to find out how to correct it. And they send you to this like facebook.com/hacked. There's another one, support at Facebook. You try and use those and it's just worthless. You go to in there and it says broken. Another one said there is the facebook.com support doesn't even exist. Yet it's the one they tell you to go to. So I'm thinking like, how screwed up is that this multi-billion-dollar company doesn't even have... We have better customer service than Facebook.
Yeah,
we're a two-people company.
We do. I 100% agree.
Yeah. And I feel in this day and age, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong out there, but I'll pay more for any company that gives me good customer service.
Or at least just getting on the phone with somebody. That's like your big thing.
Well, yeah, because I want to talk to a human. I don't want a bot telling me. And then you go around loops because the bot will say, you go here, go there. And then you go there, and then it says, well, now you go back. And then all of a sudden you're back to the bot.
Uh-huh.
And he's telling you the same thing, and you just wanted to strangle Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I came in here today, and Donald was on like full-blown vendetta against Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I was like ready to,
You want to fight him in a cage?
Well, I was seriously getting ready to sue Mark, Facebook, I should say.
Yeah.
I was going like, this is going to cause my reputation to go down the tubes with my friends, and also now I can't even get into Instagram. I can't get into Messenger. I've got this fake person pretending to be me making these posts that sound, like this is something I'm getting damaged.
Screwed,
not to mention my anxiety and stress and time that I spent all half of yesterday trying to figure it out, and I got nowhere. So I ChatGPT'd the.
That's a new term right there.
ChatGPT.
I just ChatGPT.
Yeah,
instead of I Googled
and so
ChatGPT.
I asked this ChatGPT. It's like, this is what happened to me. What do I do? So it gave me all the, do this. I did all. I started going down the list doing it. Nothing was working. And then at the bottom it goes, you may actually have better luck, and it may take quicker results if you just contact the California Attorney General. Which
you did.
Which I did. And I had ChatGPT write me the freaking letter to the so it sounded pretty professional.
And it worked.
And today I got into my Facebook.
Yeah.
So if you guys get hacked, if you're not California, every city, every state has a attorney general, and you write to them and you make a complaint to the company. I made a complaint to Facebook about Facebook. And I don't know if that was it, but mysteriously it went from I couldn't get in to all of a sudden I'm in this morning. Like, it was like, whoa.
Well, you know what, Zuckerberg? We're here at GrindKing headquarters. Come down here. We can set up a little. We can talk to you a little bit. He's quite the MMA aficionado. I'll fight him for you.
Yeah, we're customer case number 1,533,000.
Yeah. Screw you, Zuckerberg. Come on.
We'll get to you in 3 months. Yeah. So, but anyway, that's so that got me thinking about how we live in this day and age where we rely on these platforms. They're called platforms. Amazon's a platform, Facebook's a platform, YouTube is a platform, and what makes a platform is that they cover more than one thing. So for example, like Amazon as a platform, you can buy goods, you can buy stream movies, you can cloud storage, and they all kind of interconnect. So the platform becomes super convenient because now if you have the Amazon Prime, you get to watch movies, you get this, free shipping, you get all. So they try to network all these different things into there so that it makes it really convenient, but it also makes you dependent on it.
Oh yeah.
Like once I got that feeling I got hacked, I was going like my whole life.
What's worse because your businesses are connected. It's like if we can't access our Instagram,
I can't even get in Meta, and I'm thinking in my head like, oh my God, this guy's now got into my account. That means he can do ads and spend all his money and do all this malicious stuff under my name, and by the time I can do anything about it, all this damage is going to be done.
Shit, why is
Not to mention all my friends. How many of my friends got, maybe fallen for the scam? I don't know. Hopefully not too many. But when I looked at all the messages, when I finally got it, I was like, oh my God! Like all these people fell. Well, they fell for the post, but I don't know if they actually sent any money. They might have been smart enough to know like what I'm not saying. This sounds kind of fishy.
It's really scary too. Like I saw a picture of Zuckerberg the other day, and he on his computer, he has a little piece of tape over his camera and a little piece of tape over his microphone. And I'm like, if the CEO of Meta is doing that, I'm like, man, maybe I should be putting a little piece of tape.
Well, but we're nobodies. Like, I mean,
still though, it's like it's so easy to get people take advantage of all kinds of people.
That's true.
Yeah, the nobodies are the perfect people to take advantage.
That's maybe more likely. Yeah, you're less likely to be suspected as a target.
What are you talking about though? We're celebrities. We got 1,500 subscribers.
Well, maybe that's why they came after me.
That's why they came after
GrindKing. We'll go after GrindKing and take over
FTWG is the biggest podcast channel on YouTube. We just hit 1,500 subscribers. Thank you guys.
Cool. That's cool. Yeah. We're getting there. So
getting up there.
But yeah, so going back to my sort of thought here is that skateboarding, and this is a problem. This is the problem that exists in this world of ours today.
It's not just skateboarding, though.
It's not just skateboarding.
It's a whole wide range of things.
We all put our lives and businesses and trust, in a sense, on these platforms to help us communicate and do business and advertise and sell shit. And what happens is that these platforms, because they're not like skateboard companies, they're just putting you in the big box of everything. They throw you in there, and they're collecting data on you. So they're using your the usage you do and who you look at, what you look at, is what they're using to sell to advertisers and stuff. They know like, Ryan likes jujitsu and Donald likes Burning Man and we both like looking at girls and and stuff like that. Just these things these algorithms, like
that's your algorithm. Well,
that's
dude.
I speak for myself. Right, yeah. I like looking at girls. Okay, I admit it.
Love you, baby.
Yeah. He likes looking at his wife.
I like looking at my wife.
That's what I meant to say. But anyway, these things learn about you, and they start to they're selling off your basically your what's the word, your desires, your likes, and what you want to see, and it becomes to the point where they're making money off of you, and you're just playing into their trap. I feel trapped a little bit.
You know what's really, really scary about that too is that it's going to get worse with AI if something doesn't change. Because something I've noticed even with myself is that people are becoming more reliant on, well, like you just said, like let's ChatGPT it, right? But people are putting a lot more personal info into ChatGPT, like, oh, I have this ailment, what should I do about it, what kind of medicine should I take? And ChatGPT goes, oh, I'm not a doctor, but here are some tips that you can do. So it's almost like when you're interacting with an AI, it's more of like a personal conversation. So I feel like the information that's gathering within these large language models is almost more personal than what you Google and what you search in a weird way, because you're talking about your business. You're
they're very. They keep getting more sophisticated, so that as the AI and algorithms work together, it's kind of scary how much they know about you.
Yeah,
Maybe they know more
scarier.
about you than you know about you.
Yeah,
at some
well, at
point.
least your habits and your tendencies. Like we're not really analyzing that as we go through on our day, but they are.
Right.
You know?
And this is the problem is that it's diluting the culture. So what happens, I feel, with this is what's happening to skateboard. There's all these videos right now that skateboard's dying and Woodward just closed down and the pros don't make money anymore and shops are closing. It's just kind of.
Did you see why Woodward's closing down?
Well, it's probably closing down because there's lack of business.
Well, yeah.
I also saw a video about why skate parks are empty.
Uh-huh.
There's something about, so it's just all this kind of like
That's true.
trend of like it's dying almost, but it's not. I don't think skateboard is dying like it's gonna go away, but it's not the heyday of skateboard anymore. It's like skateboarding is on a downward trend.
Well, I think also to maybe clear up what you're saying is that you're basically saying there's an ailment among these hobbies and these niche kind of industries and things all around, because that's kind of what you're seeing. It doesn't matter if it's skateboarding, but
the
just
psychological,
in general.
Yeah, maybe that's
a big ailment.
That ailment to me is that here you have a cultural sport like skateboarding that has its own. What skateboarders like, there's a lot of shared interest in the music, the art, the fashion, and just products that relate to skateboarding. But when you put them into these boxes of like Instagram and TikTok, and what I think happens is that it's diluted. So you're not going to, the algorithms aren't saying, well, this guy really likes skateboarding, so I'm going to just give him all the skateboard stuff that he wants. It's no, we're going to sell him some other stuff too, and have him distracted by some of these other things he's looking at, and sell him some of that too. And so you get this dilution, and it's no longer 100% skateboarding. It's like Instagram is like 1% skateboarding, if that, and it's the rest of it is this other crap that it's addicting, because they'll see like, maybe you like seeing a car accident, some gnarly one. So the next thing you know, you're seeing all these crazy car accidents.
Yeah.
And you're spending, some of them are, to be honest, some of them are very interesting, because it's like, wow, that was like crazy. All these cars crashing on the freeway. So, they say, oh, wow, he likes that. Let's give him more. He's liking these car accident things.
Yeah.
So now you're spending a half hour looking at cars. I wanted to look at skateboards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I find this is something that
it's a problem.
We're being fed this stuff that we not necessarily are trying to buy or like, but because it's so, they're getting into the psyche of your brain. They're the algorithms and the AI is going like, let's show them a little bit of this, skateboarding, but then let's show them a car accident. Let's show them this chick dancing here, and then let's show them the Burning Man. And it's just like,
have you ever seen
time.
the rat cocaine experiment? Like
I
where they
heard about that.
So it's like it's a rat, and he has a nozzle of water, and he's got a nozzle of a cocaine drip, and when he's by himself and he takes the cocaine drip, he obviously keeps going to the cocaine drip, and that's like all he does until he dies.
Okay.
Just loves his cocaine.
The rat.
Yeah, the rat. But then as soon as they put the rat in with like 10 other rats, he tries the cocaine drip once, he decides to keep going to the water. And I think a component of this thing.
Why do you think that? What's the
because he's got love around him. He's got people to socialize with.
The rat?
The rat. The rat has other rats around him.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think a problem
so
is
he doesn't need the
he doesn't need the substance to complete him.
Yeah.
He's got other things going on with the rats, and it's kind of the same thing. It's like they're dripping us the substance that they say we need, and it's under the guise of like, oh, this is social. This is where you belong. You stay here. But it's like the drip is going off, and then as soon as you get into real world interactions, like almost outside of the social media, outside of the likes, outside of the constant,
you mean like real human
interactions, outside of the drip of dopamine, And that was originally, I feel like, what social media was intended for, right? But there needs to be this new way of interacting on the internet needs to be found. That's not just this constant.
Here's where I'm kind of getting at, and I want to get some feedback from people that are listening. Is that I think, one day there should be a platform, again, this platform that encompasses several aspects of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
I think skateboarding should have its own thing. Like if there was a way to create a way for a hangout for skateboarders that just focuses on the industry and nothing else. I don't want to know about car accidents on this app. I don't want to know about, dancing girls or even Burning Man. It should be just, unless Burning Man, the skate park, it has to be skate related, because if you go in there, you're going to just spend your time looking at what you came there for instead of being led to some other path that you're interested in, but not. It's like it ends up being a time waster because they know your dopamine likes these different things, and we can sell them all these different things too through the ads. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping for the future of humanity that for the rest of the span of this life for the next few hundred years isn't going to be just Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Amazon. I mean, that there seems to be, right now those are kind of established, but
everything shifts though.
Everything shifts, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think
remember Ask Jeeves and Yahoo.com
or
AOL
or MySpace.
MySpace, yeah. MySpace was great. I loved MySpace.
Maybe that could have a comeback.
It's still online, but it was like who's the guy who started Tom?
Yeah.
Remember, he was always like one of your friends in the thing.
Yeah, he was your first friend.
Yeah. MySpace was cool.
Yeah, so maybe there's a chance that, and I personally, I'm interested in technology, so I've been.
You should make it.
Yeah. I'm gonna make it. Okay, you guys download my new shit when it comes out. It's called the New Shit app.
The New Shit app.
And it's gonna be better because it's gonna be. We don't have to support these platforms that don't. They're not skateboarders.
No.
They're just throwing you in the box with everything else.
Yeah, giving you the IV drip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dopamine.
The other rats. So, couple updates. Locker, for people who are international, I made it really clear in the thing. We send our invoices right after you purchase. You get your international shipping invoice. Once you pay for that, then we will send out your order. And the reason we have this weird system that probably on the other side looks like, why are you doing it that way, is because when we were using an app that was built into our BigCommerce, which is our enterprise platform.
BigCommerce is kind of like an alternative to Shopify.
Alternative to Shopify is that the shipping fees were so high that we had to use a third party, and we have to send out a separate invoice because we wanted to save you guys money. We didn't want you to pay these insane.
Our intention was to get the lowest ship price, especially for international, because some of these international orders were shipping onesie, twosies to skaters in these countries. But like if you're in Finland or New Zealand, a set of trucks, shipping a set of trucks is up to $50-something.
Yeah.
So, and they're paying it, which is amazing. But it's like, I feel bad because we want to save the money, and that's us trying to save the money.
Yeah.
If you go through just the standard, shipping app thing that goes in there, it can be double that.
Yeah.
So
we don't want you to pay that. Yeah. So that's why we do it that way. But we're actually right now, we have some things in plan. We're trying to come up with a solution. We're making some upgrades.
One of the things, going back to the platform, because these are platforms too, the BigCommerce and Shopify, those are platforms for online sellers. And what we like BigCommerce because, I did anyway, because it was, Shopify tends to nickel and dime you for every little thing you add on. They have more features by far than any other platform that's for online marketing. BigCommerce, probably my number one reason for sure, is that they have phone support. And this goes back to me trying to deal with Facebook with zero phone support. It's like you dealing with a robot still is like a total I mean, it's like you want to kill yourself almost, or kill Zuckerberg at least.
Kill Zuckerberg.
Yeah. But because it's just so frustrating, you get nowhere, and they tell you to do this, do that, doesn't. So the idea that BigCommerce had this phone support was my selling point to switch, not use Shopify. But here's the problem: Shopify has so many integrations. They call it, for example, like they have the shipping. Platform that we would like to use for
Pirate Ship.
It's called Pirate Ship. So you guys out there, I don't know if anyone's doing online stuff. We found we like Pirate Ship. It has a cool name too and graphics, but they have the best rates for shipping. They give you like the lowest. Like every time you put in an address, it'll say, compare rates. So it'll be like UPS this much, USPS this much, and you can pick.
Yeah.
So you're saving money, and But that doesn't integrate into BigCommerce
perfectly.
It doesn't work. It's not like designed to fit in. Where Shopify has this, because they're like the big gorilla in the space. They have
native app support.
Yeah, and they things like TikTok integrates into there. We can sell YouTube.
Yeah.
You can sell stuff. That's kind of,
that was another big thing too. When we started this YouTube channel and we finally monetized, we were like, oh, we can connect our store to the YouTube channel, and then it turned out that you can't do that with BigCommerce.
Right. So that was kind of a bummer. Shopify. So even though we're saving a lot on certain things and getting this phone support, I'm starting to realize that I as much as I'm reluctant to, I may have to go back to Shopify, because now we want to. And I know some of you guys out there are YouTubers as well. You can now, if you have Shopify, I guess you can use YouTube right into the YouTube integrates with Shopify, so you can actually put products on your YouTube, and then and
we want everything to be streamlined and connected. Like our most important thing is just like the customer's kind of journey and how easy it is for you guys. So we're figuring out solutions, and we're trying to make this experience when you order products from us the best possible experience.
Well, but that's the advantage we have over like Facebook or Amazon or these bigger companies that have platforms, is that we're small enough. But even when we get bigger, I told Ryan, even if we get bigger, we want to have the customer experience be one of our reasons to do business with us. It's like, it's not that we just make really good trucks and have all these innovations, but we're giving the best customer experience possible. That's our we want to maintain that. So we want to hear what you guys think about that and how we can improve that. And is that really a big deal to you too, like it is to me? Is it just that you want to get stuff cheaper, you don't care? Or do you like the idea that, you can kind of approach us, give us your suggestions, and we are like, kind of like, we're trying to be connecting directly to our customers, because I think that's something that these bigger companies are failing at. They don't get it. They just put on a robot.
And I got a question for you guys too. Is would it be beneficial to have like a channel, like a Discord or something, where you guys can talk about the trucks, talk about your opinions on them, what you think should be better? Do you guys want a single place where it's like you can go into a Discord chat and be like, oh, we should do this to the bushing or do this? And I don't know.
Well, we have that at YouTube a little bit.
Yeah, in the comment section, but there's better, we could set up like a Discord or something. Well, let us know if that's something that you guys would be into or anything like that.
Can we attach that to our website?
Yeah, once we get Shopify, we can. It's just a link to Discord. We could do that in BigCommerce right now. Too.
Yeah, so I think that was kind of one of the points of this episode. Is I wanted to see, we always talk about truck tech and other stuff, but I wanted to talk about just as we grow, how we can be the leader, hopefully, in customer relations, and how we can get this more tighter knit communication channel to our customers, where the feedback and is part of how we move forward.
So it's like, how do you guys want to build it? Like what do you want to see? How do you want to make the experience of being a part of Team GrindKing better? And we'll listen, and we're open to making everything as the best as possible.
Yeah.
So.
And you know, it to me, I think that's as we go into the future. Actually, the Burning Man theme this year, they always have a different theme. The theme was called Future Today.
Future Today.
And it's kind of a play on what's happening now, which is kind of, we are in this sort of futuristic world where you got AI, you got robots, you've got all this stuff that involves high technology, but we're losing the human touch.
For sure.
We're losing, again, it's like, do I really want to talk to a robot for customer service? Maybe one day when the AI is so good that there's like general AI where it's so good it's almost like maybe even better than talking to a human. I'm open to that. But I still think we don't want to lose the human touch, because there's something special about that. Like there's no warmth from a robot. It can simulate that, but it's not really, you're not really making connection. To me, AI, and as good as it gets, even if it gets to be so good that you can't tell the difference, I still think it's like you're at the bottom line of it all. You're talking to a rock. It has as much consciousness as a rock, because the difference between consciousness, in my opinion, and a AI or a rock is that you can't turn off consciousness. You cannot just switch your mind off and then turn it back on. With a AI, the scary part will be if you can turn the AI off, pull the plug on it, and it's still thinking, that's going to be where, bye-bye humanity, because it's just going to take over, and it can reproduce, it can do everything we're doing. I don't think it's going to get to that. I think you're still going to need a connection. I don't think you could run just off the ether, at least not in the near future. Let's hope not.
This conversation's freaking me out.
Yeah. And that's just a good science fiction movie. They pull the plug and it's like, hey, it's still on.
Yeah, it's been done. Yeah.
Yeah. So and also the other thing is, can it reproduce? Can it feel pain? That's another thing. Can a man-made machine feel pain, like real pain, not like fake pain, but like it feels emotionally the pain? I don't think so. I think it's all going to be, I think consciousness is the separation between AI and humanness. It's like humans have this thing where you're conscious. And this is my own belief. I don't know if it's true, but I certainly believe it, is that someone will say, well, you could turn you off too. It just put a bullet through your head, kill you, and you're done. You're turned off. I don't think so. I think if I was killed right now or died right now, I would be somewhere else immediately. Death to me is the celebration. Death is the beginning. It's not the end. Everyone thinks, it's the end. It's the end of life. No, it's not. It's the beginning of life. That's what it is to me anyway.
The end and the beginning.
Yeah, because I think we came into this world from somewhere, and it was probably the end of our last round.
I think Alan Watts has that great quote. It's like death is like to go to sleep and to never wake up. But it's like, how do you go to sleep? Here's an experiment that I've tried, and anyone can try it and see if they can pull off. You try to turn your mind off. Just turn it off. Sit there for like 5 minutes, and you can't think of anything. It has to be completely like lights are out. Yeah. It's impossible. At least for me, I can't. We need
extremely difficult to
deep
think
meditation practice.
Yeah.
But even then
you're aware. You hear sounds. If you hear a sound, like there may be some Zen people that can kind of get to that.
I've always the way I've thought about it, especially when meditating, it's like I like to ask the question when you're sitting there with your thoughts, and you kind of ask, who is the one witnessing the thoughts? Because it's like you think of your thoughts as part of you, right? It's like, these are my thoughts. But then it's like, if you kind of separate it, and it's like there's the voice in your head, the inner roommate that some people call it. It's like you're talking. It's like, well, if you have your thoughts, then who is the one witnessing those thoughts? Is it separate from the thoughts itself? You kind of hear what I'm saying? It's like, you're like, oh. And I usually, when I do that, when I like kind of separate, I'm witnessing, I'm observing my thoughts. So it's like I can almost separate myself, and that's kind of how I meditate. It's not necessarily getting rid of the thoughts. That's impossible. The thoughts are going to go off, but it's like if you can separate yourself as the witness, you can kind of find this calm of just observing and letting be. It's like these thoughts don't, they don't,
okay.
Yeah,
so
they don't define
just
me.
like observe them, don't
Observe them without any
judgment
on them, which is really obviously hard to do.
That's hard to do too.
Very hard to do, but it's like that. I feel like that's helped me the most at my ripe age of 33. Is just being the observer.
I have my way of meditating, which is much less sophisticated in a sense. It's pretty simple, and it doesn't take me that long. Or sometimes it can take me long. I try and get 3 breaths, just 3 freaking breaths, where I'm not thinking of anything. Because I'm constantly thinking of something, like Facebook's hacked, or this GrindKing order, and this, that. I can't stop thinking about shit. So when I try and meditate in the morning, I just, can I get to just 3 breaths of nothing? And it's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard.
If I can get 3 breaths, it's like, okay, I'm done meditating.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes me a while because I keep like, I just thought of something that I got to start
Just
over.
3 focused breaths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then...
or Bud Light.
Or Bud Light, yeah. Well, for you, I barely had any.
Dude,
I already feel it. I took one tiny little sip and I already feel it. I'm a lightweight.
That stuff's like water, dude. It's like piss water.
I
guess Bud Light's back. They got like people hated Bud Light for a little bit. Remember that?
Oh, because it was a woke thing or something.
Well, it was like the transgender.
Oh yeah, they did a thing with
with the ad,
Kid
and then
Rock shot.
Kid Rock. Because of that, I guess shot up a bunch of Bud Light containers. Yeah,
and it's just it's
fucking
freaking beer.
It's a beer.
Get over it.
Well, I think that's it.
Okay, yeah. Here's to.
Cheers. Hit that like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Episode 36.
Hit
Got
that
anything
like
else?
and subscribe.
Let's get back to. We haven't been talking about skateboarding hardly at all.
Well, we did.
Yeah, I guess a little
It's
bit.
skateboarding.
Yeah. So I guess I'll end it on the note that although skateboarding may seem a little bit in the trenches right now, I've been in the skateboarding industry since 1988, and there's always these peaks and valleys. So skateboarding, as a general rule, has these moments where it goes up, down, and then something happens, and it gets like maybe the Olympics, maybe it's the app or create one day.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the some incident happens there, then you see skateboarding go again. But it'll be sad to see if these parks that are empty, they start tearing them down. That would be a bummer.
Yeah, that'd be a bummer.
I think skateboarding is a really healthy sport for young athletes or kids to get into, because it definitely, when you're skateboarding and in the flow and you're zen, you're not, in a sense, you aren't thinking about other stuff.
No, it's very meditative.
In a sense, it's a zen sport, because you gotta really get into the groove to make those tricks you're trying to do. So I hope skateboarding will always be here, and we'll see a day in the future where it's even bigger than ever.
Yeah.
We have to just sort of hang in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody hang in. Let's see where the future brings us today.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
Peace out.